In true Sister Wives fashion, this episode dropped a week early on Hulu Live. So I saw a lot of grumblings, a lot of people being like, this is it. We have made it. I saw Amy Archer, Sister Wives Professor. Like, I saw them all being like, holy cow, hold on to your pants, guys. We are blasting off. Oh my, this was honestly, to people, I feel like this was the Blue Origin or whatever the fuck it was Katy Perry went up to Sky in. Like, we were blasting off.
Like, they thought it was the best episode?
This was Apollo 11. This was, I've run out of space things. But to me, this was the one that blew up. This was the challenger.
Okay.
And I think part of that is because people built it up so much.
I think what it is it's exciting to get something early.
Maybe.
You know?
But like,
is that like the fourth time they've done that?
Probably.
Like, how hard is it to schedule when something comes out?
They're fucking idiots. They really are. But here's the thing. In an episode where everyone's like, oh my God, I finally feel like I'm alive. I feel like I am in outer space. Like, I feel like I've made it. That same episode. And I get why they're saying that. They're saying that because of the Janelle Meri conversation. But we had to watch Christine try on a dress. We had to see her freak out about Aspen's glitter extensions. We had to see them put together a little vanity for Aerola.
I honestly feel like at this point, we could just get Christine off the show.
Yeah.
Do you feel that way about her scenes?
I feel the same way.
And like, I feel like they have nothing to film. And they're like, what could you do today? And
she can come in for confessionals.
Yeah.
Like when they're talking about the rest of the family.
I like the pettiness, but I'm like, I don't care to see you try on dresses with McKelty and Aspen.
No, I really don't.
I don't really care about your date with David.
And to all of you who are like, I can't wait for Christine and Janelle to get their own spinoff show. That's what you'd fucking watch the whole time. There'd be absolutely nothing.
Well, I'm going to skip ahead a little here, but the preview for next week is like Christine's big storyline is that David threw a Frisbee over the yard.
Oh, God.
And it hopped the fence.
Oh, my God. David, did you really hop the fence?
We don't always get along.
And his form when throwing that Frisbee, just a real sass kebab.
Like,
wow.
I just feel like she has nothing left to film.
No, this show is so incredibly stupid.
But I don't want it to end.
No,
don't
me
say
either.
That.
No, because the thing is about this show is I'm sure that there are people in production at TLC. They're like, oh, people really enjoy this show. And I really don't think anybody enjoys it. We enjoy hating it.
Yes, it's a hate watch.
It's like we deal with shit in our own life every day, and then we get to come here and take it all out on them for wasting our fucking time.
Yeah.
We want a reason to be pissed.
I just feel like, you know how it used to be like Meri would hardly show up?
Yeah.
I feel like we should start doing that with Christine. We should bring more Meri. More Meri, more Jen.
Yes.
More Meri, Jen with Janelle.
In what world did we think that we would want more Meri? But
I know, but
I was thinking about it today, and I know I do this every couple of weeks, but I'm like, why do we hate Meri?
Well, she's done a lot in the past.
Okay.
But you know what I will say?
Yeah.
I'm excited for next season Meri.
Yeah.
Because this season Meri, she's still like she doesn't hate them as much.
Yeah.
But next season Meri, she's going to be ready to spill the tea.
Next season Janelle might be the Janelle who's figuring out whether or not she's getting the extra Yeti.
And now we also found out that next season Kody does a handstand walk.
Oh, wow.
Based on his latest cameo.
Guys, if you did not see the Kody cameo, you have to go on YouTube, find it. The person who
was like
uploaded
7
it,
minutes long.
The person who uploaded it, though, like just skip through to like 2 minutes or something.
Well, you know what? I just hate when you go on YouTube and you want to just watch the cameo. Like, I don't know how to find the cameo. I'm sure I could do it. But I'm like, I don't want to hear you talk about it. I just want to see it.
I just want to see it.
Yeah. Just play me the full 7 minutes.
As people who sit here and force you to listen to us.
Yeah, but we're not telling you we're playing the show.
We're not. No, we don't put a single clip in here.
Clips.
Despite people asking for the clips and the breakaways, it's never going to happen.
No.
It's just us sitting here bullshitting.
But he does a handstand walk all the way across the gym and back with full grunts. And
then fat shames Aerola.
Yes, and then bends down and we see the skin headband. Really good.
Beautiful.
He looks terrible.
Beautiful. All right, guys. Well, anyways, hold on to your seat because we are blasting off into outer space. But unfortunately, it's going to be... What was that one that blew up in the sky? I don't know. Where the teacher was on it?
I know. I'm not sure. And all people gathered around to watch it.
Yep. Yeah. The kids were in school. That's how I feel about this.
I'm not sure.
That's what, honestly... That's what Sister Wives is.
It honestly is. It's a train wreck.
Yes.
It's watching a family fall apart, which is why I can't think about it.
But not even like, we're not even getting the family fall apart. Like, we're getting Christine going on Valentine's date with that awful
we don't want it to be wholesome.
dress. No, I don't give a shit. No. I don't give a rip.
I want them to be falling apart, but I want to think of them as just characters.
I even think about it like when they send us the screener and they're like, embargo on this, which is why we couldn't recap the episode earlier, is like... What are you worried about getting out?
It's not like a gag order on Real Housewives, okay?
Yeah, like what are we afraid of getting out? Like, guys, you're never gonna believe this. Christine and David go on a Valentine's date. Oh my god.
Meri and Janelle are talking about money, and it's like, this is the most time Meri and Janelle have spent together
since Nancy's
years.
office. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get into it. Season 19, episode 22. Love covers all wrongs. Now, like we said, the most exciting part of this entire episode is out on Coyote Pass, where we've never had action before.
No,
No. We honestly, we
didn't even bring camping chairs.
No,
we stood up.
We stood in the shade because Janelle was like, this UV index is just like this is a conversation between two people who have nothing in common, despite coming from the same family, despite marrying the same man, despite fucking the same man, despite divorcing the same man. They have not a thing in common. Not even those things are in common.
They hate each other.
They do. But Janelle is having to belly up and be like, fuck. All right, well, put my big girl beige panties on, and I'm going to have to deal with Meri because I need Meri in my corner.
Yeah, she's like, I thought we could split a lawyer. We could split the cost. And Meri's like, I'm getting my own. She's like, damn it.
There's nothing worse than when somebody you hate has what you need. And you're just like, damn it.
I think Janelle's morals are just too good. Like, she's like, we can't screw Meri over again. We've already done that enough.
Oh, I don't think that.
You don't think so?
I don't think that. No.
Okay.
I think she just like, there's power in numbers.
You're right.
There, it's 2 against 1. If I bring you in, it's 2 on 2. Yeah. It's a fair basketball game. True. Whose shirts, whose skins,
Well, I hope
Janelle's shirt skins.
Me too. Well, that's what I was hoping for.
And
Meri's nungas out.
I want Meri's nungas out for sure.
I know who you want to see on skins.
Especially because you know what? Meri's going to show up wearing that damn Worthy Up shirt. Do you think that she purposely wore the shirt to this conversation? Not even as a marketing thing, just to be like, I am worthy.
Yes, I think so. I think it was
Janelle, you need to come to my symposium.
Yes. She was like, look at me. I've hired a lawyer. I hope not to use them, but I have it in my back pocket if I need it. And I am going to get part of this land.
Also, I'm just like, Meri, if you're getting out of the car, I want Jen popping out of the passenger seat.
Right? It's like, can you bring Jen with you everywhere?
Everywhere.
Because you don't say what we want you to say.
I wish Jen had married Kody.
Jen says what we want you to say.
Yeah.
Jen would have never stayed with him.
No, but it would have been like nice.
She's got more worthy in her.
I would like for us to have a reason to hang out with Jen.
Yeah.
But we really don't.
No, but we like Jen just because of what she says for Meri.
Right.
I don't think we want to see her just as her own character.
Oh, no. I just want her a part of every conversation.
Yeah. We want her as Meri's mouthpiece.
Yes, because Meri's never going to do it. Yeah. If you're bringing up the UV index, in the first 2 minutes of the conversation, it's like, this is going to be a dry convo.
You know what I loved? We're on a national TV show.
Yep.
Okay. Janelle's like, I don't care. I'm putting my sunscreen on my lip.
Yep. Not
I have
a
scar here, and I am not going to.
I'm not going to
risk this UV index on my scar.
Absolutely not.
Like, she's like, I'm just going to dab it on and have big. She's like, I don't care that everyone will see it.
She doesn't give a fuck.
I love that.
Janelle,
talk about worthing up.
Janelle's worthied. She doesn't need to worthy up.
Anybody's approval. No. She doesn't care what she looks like.
She's right here, right there. Now, I have conspiracy theories all throughout this episode about the filming.
Okay.
I believe that this was filmed much later than we're saying, because this is supposed to be Valentine's Day.
It's not.
It's, first of all, Valentine's Day would have been a lot colder. We saw with Kody and Robyn, like Robyn's out there in a fucking trench coat, like she's on the Matrix.
What was that?
That was
a bad look.
I'm like, girl, I don't think Cole sells that.
No.
Did you was that left over from Truly? That's what it looks like. It looks like
Truly. Did you get a Hot Topic for that?
But like, what was I even talking about?
It would have been cold on Coyote Pass. Yes. It would have had at least. It would have. You would not have
been able to wear a Worthy Up shirt and a Bermuda short.
No,
absolutely not. No. So
she was wearing a jean.
This, I believe, is much later on when we saw Janelle talking on her Instagram story about her rental car that smelled like In-N-Out, and then it made her want to get In-N-Out.
I feel like if my rental car smelled like In-N-Out, I wouldn't want to go get In-N-Out.
It's exactly what I thought to myself. I'm like, the last thing I want to do is when I smell a food in a car, I don't want that.
It's like stinky.
Yeah.
It's like
I'm in there spraying that shit out.
Yeah, I'm not
windows down.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go get some more of this smell.
So I can't remember when it was because she only posted on her stories. But
no, but I imagine this was like later fall, like getting to be fall of last year.
That's what I think too.
And I think that too, because I don't think we had much action going on with the selling of the land and the plots until later on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like we just sold them.
Right.
I don't think we were doing this all the way back in February, splitting it up and talking about the lawyer.
No. And then if we remember correctly, Awoa's baptism was like March, April. Then her dinner was June. But now we're back in February.
Yeah.
How did we get to February?
They don't care about a timeline.
How did we get to Valentine's Day? You know,
Valentine's
Day. Golly. So Janelle's like, listen, I hired an attorney. I want to put some pressure on Kody. You know, and Meri's like, well, I've got an attorney in my back pocket.
I hope not to use them. I mean, I hope that Kody can just, I'm like, why are you ever thinking he's going to do what you want him to do?
No.
She still lives in this delusion of like, he wouldn't screw us over.
This is the craziest part about all of this. Meri's not most upset about Kody stealing money from her. She's like, Janelle, can you believe that he's still saying he never loved us? You know, like, and Janelle's like, I don't give a fuck, Meri. I want to talk about the land. We need to get our money. And she's like, I mean, the biggest lie he ever said was that he didn't love us.
She's like, I don't know what he's capable of lying about if he's going to say that kind of stuff.
Oh, I know he loved me, you know?
And this is where Janelle really should be the spokesperson for Worthy Up instead. Because she's like, none of that's true. He did love us, Meri. And she's like, I know, right? Right, Janelle, you think he did? I think he did.
I think Meri's like, I can't wait to talk to my sister wives because I need them to tell me that like he did love us.
Yeah.
I'm not making this up. Please. Like Kody definitely lied about
Janelle's
that.
like, who cares? He's just always spewing shit.
No one gives a fuck about
He's
that.
a big baby.
So Janelle's like, all right, I know that we've talked about this 8 million times, but I'm going to break it down for you really quick, Meri, about the plot. So Kody and Robyn are there. Me and Kody are here. Me, you, and Kody are here. And then Kody and Robyn and me and you.
Did you catch that, Meri? You're only on one, split between 3 of us.
And Meri's like, okay, so I'm on 1. And she's like, yes. And then Janelle's talking about them again. And she's like, so I'm only on 1. I'm like, wake the fuck up, Meri. She's still, again, she doesn't care. She cares about Kody.
And when Janelle was like, so he could sell the ones that him and Robyn are on, but he couldn't sell the ones that I'm on because like he'd have to get my sign off.
Yeah.
And Meri's like, and the one I'm on, and I'm on a little bit. I'm like, he probably could forge your signature.
Oh, and honestly, she'd
care.
let him.
I know.
She'd let him. If he called her up and sweet talked her, I think that she would. Again, I'm acting like we like Meri, and then here I am.
See, this is why you're like, why do we hate her? It's
No.
like because she does stuff like this. She held on for 10 years.
Yeah, Janelle's like, you know, Meri, I feel like you got the most fucked over. And did I help contribute to that? Yeah. You know, I did tell Kody. Like,
none of us liked you.
Yeah, none of us really liked you. So like, oh, you know, Meri, good old
How
Meri.
did Meri only get on 1?
Well, and then I'm wondering, like, where was Christine? And I know we've seen it a million times.
I know she was in the trees. Remember?
Well, no, but that's when they redo it. With this, I don't know what Christine owned or whatever, and like, how did Christine get off? Like, you were able to take Christine off.
Yeah.
Why can't we add people on so easily?
I don't know. And so when he took Christine off, did he just add Janelle to that plot with Christine?
No, I think he added Robyn.
How did Janelle have 2? Oh, because everybody was on 1.
I don't know.
I don't know.
No,
who knows? This is so like. I feel like we go over it so many times.
And do I remember any?
No,
I'm honestly,
no,
I'm Meri. I'm like, Meri's
up.
only on 1? When did that happen?
She only gets a third of 1 plot.
Oh my God, I can't believe that.
Meri's
you know?
like, honestly, I'll take like 5,000 for it.
No, if
Christine sold hers for $1, I'll do it for 2.
It's Valentine's Day. 9 months ago, if Kody wants to maybe
date.
take me out or something, you know.
I want to go to whatever they go to.
Tetro. Now, I was going to call Tetro.
Okay.
Because I wanted to try and confirm when this Valentine's date was shot. And there's a big part of me that believes this date was shot 2025.
Oh, why?
Just, I don't know.
Are you sure?
I believe that the vanity was 2024.
Okay.
But I believe the date was 2025.
Do they look different?
I don't know.
Okay.
Did I put any research into that? No.
Why didn't you call?
Because they don't open till 12.
Okay.
And it's currently 11:56. I was like, could I have waited 4 more minutes? Maybe, but I'm not going to do that. That's too much.
Maybe we'll report back next week.
Maybe not.
It really doesn't matter.
Maybe someone else.
It doesn't matter
to
anybody but us.
It matters to me. It matters
It doesn't matter but a monkey.
Me. Yeah. So Meri's like, you know, whenever I would push back and like ask Kody like, hey, do you love me? I mean, do you why am I only on this land or whatever? Like, I really pissed some people off in the family.
Who's she talking about?
Cody
Robyn?
and Robyn. Cody and Robyn. Yeah.
Why does Robyn care?
Well, because Robyn's a scam artist.
She really is.
People are filing a class action lawsuit against her now.
I know, and people are still sneaking into that cart and buying things just so they can be part of it.
We should.
I know we should, right?
Because
I want to be part of something.
I do. I've always wanted to be part of a class action lawsuit, but it's like it's so much work to reply to those emails.
Let's sneak in there.
Okay.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
I mean, it's their fault for not taking it down when the episode is going to air.
Yeah.
You can figure out how to disable the cart on the website.
You would think so.
All right, let's sneak in there.
So Janelle's like, listen, I feel like I was such a fucking idiot. Like, Meri, I didn't expect much from you because you're always stupid. But like me, like I should have been smarter. Girl. I should have been smarter about this, but I just wanted to keep the peace, you know, like, and if we didn't go with what he said, then we weren't a team player, you know, we were being selfish and stuff. But then I'm like, what? Like, I know that we've now figured out the Coyote Pass of it all. But what about Janelle's money that went into Robyn's house?
And that's what she says. She's like, when we bought Robyn's house, I was like, hey, why don't you put my name on the title too? And he was like,
Robyn needs your estate.
Robyn needs your estate. And him being like, Robyn's house money paid for all the other bills in the family. I'm like, that's such a lie.
Yeah, she covered some debts.
Robyn's estate is $1 million home, where everyone else's estate was like $300,000.
Janelle's estate is a shitty ass apartment in Flagstaff that's got, you know, leaks all over the place.
Bed bugs, probably.
Bed bugs. Like, you know, that's Janelle's estate.
Right? I'm like, okay, but what did Janelle get? And he's like, Janelle just wants something because she's leaving. Like, you owe me something.
Owed something.
I'm like, well, she needs
me.
some money.
Yeah.
What do you want her to take? Nothing?
Well, she gave money.
She has an RV and that's it.
Yeah. I'm very confused by all of that. But
do
Janelle's
she sold that RV, by the way?
No.
Okay.
I think that would have been too much work.
All right.
Yeah,
I think it's still in storage though. Okay.
Yep,
yeah.
Still there.
It'll sit there for a while.
Probably.
Yeah.
You know, it's.
You know what's gonna happen? They're gonna move to Potato Farms, and she's gonna live in the RV.
Probably
on the property.
I could see that.
Yeah, the house is gonna take longer than we thought.
So here's the big part that I know when people were like, "I creamed in my peonies." This was what it was, and I'll tell you. And did I cream? Sure, but again, like if we're comparing this to other reality TV.
But it's big in Sister Wives world. We have to be with where we're at.
Okay, we got to dumb it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
For Sister Wives, this was a great episode.
So Janelle's like, you know, he gets his little diesel jeans model. Yeah, and we had to go through all the starving years. I was pinning my bra together with diaper pins. All right, like my tits were falling all out of the place.
We were broke. She wanted to say fuck.
Broke as fuck.
Yeah, I wish she would have said broke as fuck.
I wish she had.
She's like, we had to go through all that. We had to go through his plans. Like, move here, do this. Like,
can I say though, like, there's 4 of you at that time contributing to the family. Like, how are you broke?
Well, Cody didn't go to work that hard, apparently.
Well, I'm just like, I feel like if you and I were gonna bring on a sister wife or something, or a couple, it's like they're going to work.
Yeah,
you know, we're gonna be rich. Okay.
Well,
what?
Well, I was just saying at the time who was working, because even Christine was working overnight. So yeah, where was their money?
What did we spend?
They had a lot of mouths to feed, I guess.
You know what?
But they did a lot of bulk shopping.
Yeah. I don't know if I believe in
I don't
this.
know.
So anyways.
But I did love that she's like, oh, she came in the hot young thing, the diesel jeans model. She didn't have to deal with being broke. She didn't have to deal with any of this stuff, working as a team player. Yeah. Like, that is so true. Robyn was never part of the core, like, of their family.
She never struggled.
She never had to do the hard stuff with them.
No, never once. Never fucking once. She's like, you know what, Kody, go take your little diesel jeans model, live your happy life, but give me my fucking money to Coyote Pass, motherfucker.
Where are her diesel jeans models pictures? Because
here's the thing.
I don't believe it.
Caitlin, when they say this, I think what they're saying is like, remember how there was Hollister models and Abercrombie models?
Oh, she worked at diesel jeans.
I think she worked at diesel jeans.
Okay.
Yes. Now, I did a little deep dive. Not too much, but diesel jeans did file for bankruptcy. So that's now 2 families that Robyn has bankrupt. Yeah. So unfortunately, sip to diesel jeans. 2019, diesel they had to file bankruptcy. It sucks because now, had they just hold on a little bit longer, I'm sure diesel jean sales would be through the roof.
Right? This is a great advertisement.
Everyone would want to look like Robyn, you know? I love a boot cut.
Also, the thing about Kody is like, you got your hot young thing, but it's like, do you still think she's hot? I mean,
I'll say
she's
this.
Not hot anymore.
Let me say this. Robyn is fucking glowing now that everyone's gone.
She still doesn't look great.
No. She doesn't look great.
No, but she is happy.
She was a corpse before. She was literally dead, hospice, like
her and Kody. I feel like they're like, we got a weight off our shoulders with those ladies.
Thank God.
They're so happy, and them faking this like, are you sure you want to live monogamy? Are you sure you don't want to have the sister wife?
You don't want a second puss?
I kind of wanted to live sister wives. I'm like, please do it for the plot, though.
Please.
I would love to even have Robyn suffer through it, even if she knew it was fake.
Yeah,
you know, him getting a hot younger thing than her, and then hopefully him changing his mind and ditching her.
Oh, I would love that.
I would love a little taste of her own medicine.
That would bring me so much joy. The problem is they haven't been together 16 years yet. So I think like, because that's where he was with the other family, right? They were together like 16 years, and then he was like, I need something new.
Done. Yeah.
So hopefully with a little bit more time.
Longer than that.
Really?
Well, I mean, what? It hasn't been that long. And how old's Logan? Like mid-20s?
No, he was 16 before he brought Robyn in.
Oh, 16 years before he brought. Yeah. I thought you meant like how long their marriage was.
No, goodness
Look at this
gracious.
hot young thing.
Oh, yeah, she is.
Diesel jeans.
God, honestly, it's hard to sit in here because I get an erection with the Robyn cutout. All right, let's go to Christine's house with fucking Mykelti, Aspen, and True, as we're now calling her.
Yeah, True.
Let me go get True.
Honestly, it's better than Truly.
But it doesn't feel
like
accurate.
Her.
Like, when did we start calling her True? You know, when she said that, like, oh, let me go get True. Well, for like, who's True? You know, I don't. And also, who doesn't just be like, Truly, get out here? You know?
You know who hates Christine?
Truly.
True.
True hates
Christine. Hates Christine.
Yeah, she does. She fucking hates her. Aspen shows up wearing that awful pink scrubs outfit again.
I was like, that's such a bummer to like. They probably filmed this before she got the feedback on wearing that.
Yeah.
Last season.
And she thought I killed it.
She was like, that looked good on. I'm like, it didn't. Everyone thought it looked like you were wearing scrubs.
Yeah.
It looks really bad. And now you wore it again.
Yeah. But I mean, talk about a fashion moment. She's got glitter tinsel in her hair.
Extensions in her hair. Christine's like, oh my God, I love that. Oh my, that's so cute. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to get that from.
That.
She would.
Christine would put those on her vagina.
She would.
You know, you remember how like when you were a kid and you'd have the thing you walk through in your room?
Yes.
Like on your doorway?
Yeah.
Like Christine would do that with her vagina. You know, like brush those little tinsels out of the way.
I didn't want to know what sexy outfit she had for David planned.
Ew. No, I guarantee you it's probably like it's black and red polka dots like Minnie, you know,
with like a crotchless mini set.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And then David comes over and says, I love when you put on that sexy Minnie outfit. Yeah, he's horned up when she puts that on.
I don't want to think about it.
Yeah, and then he shaves his
flat
very
butt.
flat ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he shaves his pubes into a Mickey shape.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Please don't.
Well, listen.
I also didn't need to hear Mykelti be like, I know what Aspen's gonna do. She's gonna have sex tonight. I'm like,
Mykelti is very sex positive.
Yeah, she is.
She is very sex positive. You know, she's like.
She probably describes too much in detail about her and Tony's sex life to her family, and they're like, "We don't need to hear it."
But it's like we do.
I know. Give us more.
Talk about it on your Patreon. You know, let our friends tell us about it, please. You know,
talk to your friends about it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know, just let us in a little bit. So Aspen's like, well, I'm gonna have to work today, but yeah, I probably will fuck later. Okay, that's why I got these beautiful tinsels in my hair.
Mitch is gonna pull them.
Mitch is gonna pull those right out. You know, it's gonna be a great fucking time. And it's like, what's Mykelti doing?
I don't want to know.
I imagine Mykelti just like putting puff pastry on her tits or something, you know, and just like having Kody. Ew. Tony eat it off like raw.
Ew.
Yeah. They do some weird shit.
They definitely have tried like the chocolate syrup stuff. It's so gross.
Nutella.
Ew. They're always sticky. They're
always putting like towels down before they go at it. You know, and part of it's like secretions from Tony's like sweaty ass.
Ew, please stop.
I'm sorry.
So
sorry if you guys are eating your breakfast or anything right now, but that's the truth.
Gross.
So, you know, we find out that Valentine's Day is not a very good polygamous holiday. You know, if Robyn's like, yeah, it's a very complicated holiday because, you know, the husband's got all these wives, and you've got some wives who are like, oh, you don't really pick me out something as good as Robyn. You know, why did Robyn get $5,000 worth of jewelry and I got a C's candies box? Like, well, tit for tat, potato,
like,
tomato.
Kody used to get us flowers, but it's like he would hand them to us like over a bridge. Basically, we couldn't even hug.
Oh my God.
Okay, so, but when they were talking about the affection or whatever, and Robyn's like, I think that's a mistake we made. We should have been able to do that. I'm like, that would have been even worse because he would have only been all over you.
But also, I think you didn't. It's not a mistake you made. You weren't a part of making that decision. Shut the fuck up.
True.
You came in. You don't come into a club and be like, hey, let's change everything about
You're right. 16 years later, we're going to actually start making out in front of each other.
Yeah, actually, we're going to have sex parties. Yeah. All right. And we're going to see
Honestly,
how everyone gets
spiced the show up.
That would have been so much better if they all just started fucking each other. If Robyn would have let Meri go down on her, the show would be saved.
Meri would still be here.
Oh.
Holding on even more.
Oh, yeah, she would. She would have one leg around each shoulder and just like going to town on that. I think she would. So Christine's like, hey, since you girls are here, how about fashion show?
She's like, we love to help each other pick outfits.
You better work it, girl. Cover, girl. I don't know. Give a twirl. Whatever.
Do your thing.
On the runway. Work. Sorry. That was a little bit much. But anyways, she's going to do a fashion show for everybody, you know? And she's like, I'm not like, honestly, I'm not like the best when picking out clothes. I'm like,
I was like, you could say that again.
We've
seen what you, and what did she do?
You're not even the worst at picking out clothes.
Did she go on Google and put in like sleeveless left shoulder dresses? All she owns now is one sleeve dresses. So that
and why is it the other
too?
Sleeve is long? It's a long, I'm like, okay, explain this to me in theory. Like, my one arm's going to be cold, but my other arm's going to be so hot.
It's a fashion statement.
You know, it's like I need this full arm completely out, but this one is cold. This is if I stick my hand in the freezer to like grab a beer or something, but then this hand I keep out, you know?
It's just, you have to show off the tattoo.
Oh my goodness.
Every outfit needs to show that tattoo off.
I appreciated Aspen being like, Mom, those are businessy. And I'm like, bitch, you look like you're going to the hospital, but I appreciate you saying
okay,
that.
Scrubs.
Okay, Scrubs. You know, she brings out all these frumpy ass dresses,
and that's when McKelty's like, anything sexier? She's like, yes, but I'm not showing you guys that. I'm like, oh.
McKelty's like, come on, girl, we're all ladies
like,
here.
Can I go somewhere else tonight?
Please.
Can you get me a hotel room?
Christine's like, oh, Truly is sick of living with newlyweds.
Poor Truly.
Yeah.
Poor True.
Poor True. You know, Christine is a loud fucker with David.
You know they think Truly doesn't hear, but they're so fucking loud all the time.
So loud. And David's like,
Truly always has her music turned up loud and her like rave lights going.
Yeah. Come on, Christine. I want to see what you can do with this dick in your mouth. It's pretty hot, Christine. Pretty girl, Christine.
Truly's like, I can hear you.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, and we just hear some.
They're like, we'll give you more money for Hot Topic and boxed lunch.
Okay. Just try to keep it down a little bit in there, guys. It's really disgusting to listen to.
True.
Yeah. And Christine's
you
just
to hear your mom and her new husband.
And you know Christine's just going like to fucking town.
Oh, and you know that like even just around the house, they're just like making out.
Oh.
And unlike Aurora and Brianna, Truly's not like, oh, I want to watch.
Well, let me tell you something. Christine is constantly mooning David. And it's like that's no thank you. Like
that's not really like sexy.
No, but she thinks it is. She's like, oh, whoops. Yeah. Oh my God, my butt's out.
She's flashing him all the time, and Truly's like, Mom, I see you again.
Mom, I'm literally standing right fucking here. Okay.
I thought I was hidden.
McKelty's like, True. You need to understand something, girl. Okay. Like, Mom can be like tastefully sexy. We are women. We have breasts. We have coochies.
We are sex positive here, True.
True. Seriously, like Mom can be tastefully sexy. Like, I don't know why you're
like,
against that.
Ew. She's like, okay, Mom just wears prairie dresses. Is that what you want?
When Truly just stares at McKelty, I feel like that's how the whole world feels about McKelty.
It is how we feel.
Just like, we don't give a fuck what you have to say. You're annoying.
Truly was earning some points for me this episode.
She really was.
Yeah.
She was.
Yeah.
By saying so little.
She's not my favorite, but True. Maybe I like True.
Maybe I like True a little bit more. Yeah. So McKelty's like, Mom, first of all, why aren't we seeing you put on these hot, sexy outfits? I'm so horned up right now. I want to see you.
Go put something on for us.
Yeah.
Here she comes in her red dress, and she's like, but definitely with Spanx. And they're like, girl, you don't need Spanx. Who wants to be uncomfortable?
A shaper.
Yeah, a shaper. She's like, I definitely need a shaper.
She's gonna get that bra from Skims that has the nipples. You know, Dave's going, yeah. So then Christine feels the need to show us what it looks like when she pulls off her giant panties.
Why was she doing that like sexy dance? And then she was like, oh, this brings me back to when I gave David a lap dance at our wedding.
Honestly,
he loves to show that video off to everybody. I'm like, Ew.
The lap dance that his friend gave him was hotter than the one Christine did.
Because Christine's was like so straight.
Christine was like a dog, like we say on Sister Wives on the Strip, dragging her ass across the carpet.
It really was. And the fact that David's going around showing that to everybody.
Yeah, just like.
People are like, oh God, run, David's coming. He's going to show us that video again.
Oh. Oh, yeah, here's my favorite part right here. Oh,
look, I got a lap dance at the wedding.
God,
I've gotten one every night since.
She's reminding me of the old pug we used to have, just kind of dragging its ass on the carpet. Really cool. Really cool. Now, next to Christine's bed is a lazy boy. I'm telling you right now, that lazy boy has scarred. It has seen some stuff.
Is it participating or is it just watching?
No, they're always doing shit on that lazy boy.
Okay.
That lazy boy is like, this is not how I wanted to live my life.
They should just get like a sex couch or whatever.
They probably do have that as well, but for a long time they were just doing all sorts of stuff on that lazy boy. It's just,
David's like, I got a bad back, so I got to sit up while we do it.
Yeah, I can recline in my lazy boy. It's like, let's get sexy, but it's not the kind you just pull the trigger and go back. It's like,
he's like, this is about good. Hop on, sweetie. Give me that lap dance.
All right, this is pretty good. I like this position right here. Come on, Minnie Mouse. I'll be your Mickey. Mickey Mouse. Yeah, that's kind of what's going on there.
Can we stop with the Mickey Mouse voice?
No,
really,
because
really
that's how it is. I listen. It's not. I'm not making this up. I have to report the facts. As a journalist, that's what I have to do. So sorry.
How it is.
Yeah. Now back at Coyote Pass, Mary's like, oh God, my stomach is in knots. I'm like, probably Janelle's is too from having In-N-Out. She's gonna like, girl,
I'm smelling it in her car.
Oh, yeah.
Sick.
Mary's like, when you pulled up, I smelled some like.
She's like, you smell awful like BO.
Onion BO.
She's like, oh no, it's In-N-Out.
That's just my In-N-Out, And they're like, there's no outhouse here, They're like, can we shit straight in the cistern?
Like, you think Kody and Robyn will let us come use their bathroom and blow it up? They have hemorrhoid wipes.
I would love that. I would love to get that.
Janelle to just be like, can I use your bathroom?
I gotta take a shit. I
gotta use you for something.
You know what? Did we see the towel warmer at all in the listing photos?
No, she probably never used it.
I bet
it was a great
she
gift.
Returned it.
She probably returned it to buy more floral blouses.
I bet you.
Yeah.
Bet you anything.
Mm-hmm. She could have got it from Kohl's.
So Mary's like, listen, we put money in to pay for this shit. Like, the least he could do is give us our money back. And Cody's like, everybody put money into this family. All right. The only assets I own are the Robyns. And those assets we bought by stealing from the rest of the family. So I don't really understand why they think they deserve something. Closet. Yeah. Okay. That's our assets. So I don't really know what to tell you, Mary.
But I want to say to Kody, like, hey, look at how everyone else is living.
Yeah.
You've got this new Mercedes convertible.
Yep.
You guys never stop shopping. You have all this fancy jewelry. You have $1 million
Janelle
house.
is renting a car that smells like In-N-Out. You know, like she's using dollar. She's not doing like a national.
No,
or
she's doing something.
Hertz.
No, she's definitely
actually. I think Hertz is kind of gross.
Kind of gross. What's the nice one? With the,
I think Enterprise.
Yeah.
If
she's
you
not
have
doing
money,
Enterprise.
you go to Enterprise. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's the equivalent of Delta.
Yeah.
If you're flying. So Cody's like, what they don't understand is I put an extra $160,000 into this. Now I did the math and watch me go. I knew that they bought Coyote Pass for something around $800,000.
Yeah.
If you split 800,000 by 5, that's 160,000. So he thinks me and Robyn put in.
Oh, but really, Robyn put in some and he put in some. Technically, each person put in 160,000.
Each person put in 160,000, but he thinks because we're married, we should have just put 160 in and gotten another.
No, because they're getting extra.
Right.
Extra property when they sell it.
It's so.
They're not as tight as one.
No. So I'm like, that's what he's thinking. When
delusional.
He says I paid more into it, it's you paid an even share as everyone. It's just you and Robyn happen to fuck each other.
And you also got Christine's share for $1.
Yeah, I don't really know how that
don't
worked.
Forget that.
That's too tricky. Okay. That's too much math. I listen, dividing 800,000 by 5 came out to be exactly 160, and so I knew I was onto something.
Okay. I think you are.
I can't do anything more than that.
You're right.
Don't ask me to figure out accrued interest or any of that.
And that was for his special plot, remember? He wanted his own.
Oh yeah, let's not forget. He was going to have his own plot.
Yeah.
With the pond. He was going to live his own life.
And it was going to be a hand-me-down for the kids.
And when they did the big house, he was going to have his own part of it,
Yeah.
his own wing,
Mhm.
which was the main, biggest, beautiful part.
Yeah.
You know, if you guys want to come and see the beautiful view, you got to ask permission because my shy, pretty wife's going to be
I don't know if
here.
you can use my living room.
Sorry about that, you know? So Janelle's like, yeah, you know what? If he was the gentleman that he tells our boys that they need to be, like, he'd be doing the right thing. But he's not fucking doing it.
No, he is. They are scam artists, aren't they?
Yes.
Him and Robyn.
Yes.
They're like con men. Are they going to be in jail soon?
Here's the thing. I don't think
Like
it's
there's always a TLC
thank
scandal.
Thank God Christine got out and got the great deal that she did.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think, like, say Janelle was the first to leave, Meri and Christine would not be able to figure this out.
No.
They'd be like, oh, wait, they did put double in. So they get double. Okay, wait, hang on. I'm confused about this. Wait, Kody should get double. Robyn should get double. And then that's everything.
Oh, shoot.
What do
we
we
have nothing left.
Oh, man. Okay. You know, I feel like
Christine was smart to take them. Just say, I just want the money from my house and I want to be gone.
I still stand by my theory that Christine was.
She was probably still owed more than that, but at least she got something.
I don't know if she was, honestly, but I feel like, here's my thought. I believe, and I've always believed, that Christine was talking to David before she left.
Yeah.
I think that Christine would not have moved to Utah and started her life there if she didn't have something else to fall into. I believe that. I don't believe the lining up of their relationship. I don't believe any of that. But I think that David was like, hey, you know, maybe we should do this. Like, I think someone was advising her. Ear. Yeah,
yes.
You think
no,
she
Christine
came up
didn't
with
come
that?
Up with that plan?
No.
But also, the house probably wasn't paid off. So what did she really get?
Well, she got equity.
Well, I know, but do you get all the money?
No, but I mean, you get what's extra. I know, but do you know what equity is?
Yes, I do. But like, how much? Maybe it wasn't very much.
They bought the house for cheap, sold it for good. You know?
Did they really sell it for much more?
Yeah, I think so.
I felt like they sold it right before the market got better.
Don't really know.
Okay.
Why didn't we buy
held
it?
On to
we
it.
should have bought it.
We should have bought it.
Should have bought it. Made it a fucking Sister Wives themed Airbnb.
Yeah, it was an Airbnb, and they just
be like, we
it.
want all the furniture as is.
The bean bags, especially
the bean bags, the
curtain bedroom,
bedroom. We want the China hutch to not fucking move.
No,
don't even think about touching that China hutch.
Why didn't we think about that?
Because we can't afford that.
We were broke as broke.
We were broke as fucking broke. That's what we were. God. Now the holdup with Coyote Pass, Kody says, is that Robyn's not ready to sell.
She really, like, you're so full
You're
of
a
shit,
fucking
Robyn.
guest here still.
She doesn't want to live there.
No.
She doesn't want to sit there on the land of broken dreams in a rocking chair and be like,
oh, it'd be too much for, like, you know, rah,
probably
rah.
The only reason she wants it is to, like, build a big house and be like, haha, look at us. We stayed on the land and we did what we wanted. Just to rub it in their faces. But they would be like,
she just wants to, I think Robyn's like a cuckold.
She wants to be a hold up.
Yep. She just wants to be annoying. She just
like, sorry,
wants
I'm gonna
to
trap
be
you here.
A thorn in everyone's side.
It's true. So. And then blame it on someone else.
All right. Let's go 5 feet over to Kody and Robyn's house where we're now inside the home.
I can't believe we're back inside. Like, what happened?
I think that now that everyone's gone, they're like, we can show off our art.
You're right. We can show off all of our expensive things.
We can show off that stuff. Now, Kody calls Robyn his shopping queen.
My shopping queen. I'm like,
if you only
queen.
knew how much we all think of her as a shopping queen. This is not a compliment by any means.
No.
So for Valentine's Day, now Valentine's Day growing up, usually my gift was like, here's a package of Reese's eggs. You know?
Valentine's
or like
Day, you get like a little something.
Maybe here's a Kelly Clarkson CD that I got from the grocery store in the like $5 bin. You know?
Yeah. It's not an extravagant holiday.
Not a fucking vanity. Are you kidding me?
You think True ever got that?
No.
You think Savannah ever got?
You think the other
like
kids
that?
even got a text like Happy V Day?
No. They probably didn't even get a Reese's egg.
No, not even. Not even a Reese's. Now I went on Amazon because I needed to figure this out. So
where the shopping queen
likes to go. Well, the main reason I wanted to go is I wanted to see if there was a review because I'm like, we've been finding all the reviews.
You know she loves to review.
So I go on, I find the vanity. It's $100, but this is where it really pissed me off, and this is how I know that she has a serious shopping issue.
Shopping queen.
$50 for shipping.
Oh my god, I would have canceled out of that cart.
I would rather buy
I'd rather buy it for $150
from Prime than pay $50 for shipping.
Same. If I saw $50 for shipping, I'd say never mind.
But I think Robyn's like, oh, what a good doll.
What a good doll.
That's only $50 for shipping. And
shipping doesn't count in my price range.
No, I'm just like,
I'm like $150 for Valentine's Day.
For a fucking vanity.
For a kid.
For a girl who's going to play in the WNBA.
Right.
You know, like I don't think that's, let's buy her a basketball hoop. Like something that she can really use.
I was just like, are you
Get
kidding
this for
me?
Solomon.
You
honestly.
don't even talk to your other kids, and this bitch is getting $150 vanity.
And she came up with like a.
Did Saul get anything?
I'm guessing he got some Lego sets.
Okay,
you
that
know?
was like $300.
Yeah, probably. Aerola honestly got the short end of the stick.
Probably.
Yeah. I know Awoa and
Aurora got
Brianna
a new
got
guitar.
stuff. Yeah.
Something like that.
Another chastity ring or whatever the fuck they're called.
Maybe she got a matching horsey ring.
Maybe. Something along those lines.
They also got David Yearman.
But I'm just like, who pays $50 for shipping?
The shopping queen.
Like that. Like I never in a million years. I will pay $150 for the vanity.
That's like a birthday present. That's a Christmas present. That's not a Valentine's Day present.
No, but she wants to do it. So.
They're ridiculous.
So she's like, you know, Aeola's always trying to sneak off to school looking like she's going to Euphoria High School.
Full makeup.
Oh, God. You know, I catch her and she's wearing just like the fucking lace tops and her makeup is all crazy colored and she's got her hair spiked up.
She stays up late at night probably watching YouTube tutorials.
Probably. Yeah.
We know she's up all hours of the night.
Well, honestly, I don't think she's watching YouTube. I think she's watching Euphoria.
You're right.
You
probably.
know, it's crazy because it's like these other people, the other kids in the family are like such babies, but then we've got Aerola in her room watching Euphoria, you know, probably doing like sneaking out at night.
Aurora's watching Peppa Pig.
Yep. I think so.
I feel like Aurora could be like, I could see her being like the next Miss Rachel.
Oh my God. I think she probably watches Miss Rachel.
Probably.
Yeah. She's like,
I love the singing.
Happy. She like plays it on her fucking guitar. What a loser. So they have 45 minutes to set this shit up. And again, she left for school and you do nothing. I want to know who's picking him up.
Do we have a nanny who picks him up from school?
Probably.
So like, oh, she's about to come home. Like she doesn't drive, so
because I don't think
bus doesn't go
I don't
that far.
think that they would trust Awoa to deal with, you know, picking up and dropping off and all that's too much for her. It's a lot for her.
Yeah, I feel like they have a nanny.
So 45 minutes. I'm like, what did you do all day? And also, who in production was like, so what are we gonna do today? They're like, oh, we got
this
great
vanity
thing.
We can set up. That'd be so fun.
That'd be so
we can rub it in our other kids' faces that they never got a present like this for Valentine's
That'd be
Day.
really good storyline, I think so. So Robyn has to sit there. She's Kody's beautiful assistant, but it drives her bananas to be the beautiful assistant. I'm more than just my beauty, Kody.
Kody, I know I'm so hot.
I know
your little diesel jeans on.
I know that I wear a lovely boot cut slack.
You think he says that to her all the time? Like, hey, where's my little diesel jeans, Mom?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that when she comes in wearing her frumpy ass like stretchy maternity jeans that I think she wears, he's like, your ass looks good.
My little diesel jeans model.
Yeah,
Turn
and then he's like,
me.
hey, moon me.
Shake it.
She moons him. It's a bright white ass. It's like cold. You know, you can like see a chill on it.
Oh.
And she's like, hi, you like that, Kody?
She doesn't moon. Although Christine does it too much. It's like Robyn's not fun enough to even do it once.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah.
She's like, oh, Kody.
Yeah, Christine. And it's always like, Christine, there's like toilet paper shreds in your ass or something. You're like, you shouldn't be doing that. You know, it's not as sexy as you're thinking. But David's used to working at a construction site, so he sees crack all the time. He's cool with it.
He loves the crack.
I did appreciate Christine in that flashback of her and Janelle building that bookshelf for Janelle, that Christine did all the work.
When she's Janelle's like, I'm just your beautiful assistant. Yeah. Savannah, we're making a joke at your ass.
Janelle couldn't even get down on the ground to be the assistant. She's like, I'm gonna stand up here, you know?
She's like, you want water? Flashlight.
But Christine was like, all we would really do is just like criticize what your dad did. It's like, that makes me happy. That makes me happy.
Looking back, they like hated him so much.
They've always hated him.
They have.
So as we're building this vanity for Aerola, Robyn's like, so did you make reservations? You know, I'm like, oh, I thought you don't need anything for
Just send me an open table invite.
Please. Okay. You know, Kody's being Mr. Valentine's Day this year. He's really shiny.
I get everybody's gift money.
Oh, yeah. So, you know, sometimes I strike out, but not this year. She's like, okay, Babe Ruth.
Robyn calls me her Babe Ruth because I'm either striking out or hitting it out of the field.
Hitting out of the park, baby.
Ew.
Oh, Babe Ruth.
I hate knowing more about their little love story.
Yeah,
you know,
I don't want to.
She's like, my Babe Ruth.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
You think
strike out for them, but you always hit it out of the park.
I bet you anything he gets erect when they're gonna fuck. They're both butt naked. And he's like, batter up, baby.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put this in the park. Sticks it in.
Do you think he's doing like naked handstand walks?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. I think that honestly, I think that he does a whole like Mr. America CrossFit show for Robyn while she's in bed, you know.
I also imagine him to do a lot of like coming in like with socks, like sliding in, and then doing a lot of like helicopter.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I think so.
He's so smitten with her. And how could you be?
I don't know what.
But he's so into her.
Even honestly, like even young Robyn, I know that she was much more attractive, but she wasn't my version of attractive.
No, but compared to the From Dumb Sisters at the time,
I guess,
she was hot.
I guess. You know.
But she's not hot now.
No.
He's still so like obsessed with her. I'm like,
honestly, you know what though? There are times in life where I will like stand by something so hard, like a food item. And then it's
like because he picked her, he has to really prove it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, it's like I tell somebody, I'm like, oh, the ice cream at Costco is so next level. And then you get it and you're like, so as good as I remember. But you're not going to say that. You're like, oh,
commit to the bit.
Isn't this? Yep, exact. Oh my, you can't get this anywhere else. You know, I've committed because now I forced you to get it.
Yeah.
And I can't let it show that I was wrong.
Committed to her. And but the thing is, it's not even just her look. It's like, she also speaks slow now.
Yeah.
She has a TBI. Like
she
never understands anything. She cries a lot more. Like
she's getting her glow
I'm curious
back.
to see them next season once they've moved out of the mold. You know?
Yes.
Like, are they going to be?
People say that the mold situation though stays with you.
Oh, it does.
Like you might get
it would
some,
clear up a bit.
I bet.
Yeah.
So
I bet they're going to be like, she's going to be talking so fast next season.
Oh my God, she's going to be next. The shopping she's going to do.
Her neck has gone down in size. Like
when I went on Amazon to look for the vanity, okay, there was a review around February time. Now the woman said that she bought it for her 4-year-old daughter, which in this Aerola, I think is about 16, 17.
Well, the flashback from last week, she was 4.
She was 4. Exactly. And so I'm like, Robyn probably still thinks of her as 4.
Okay.
So, but then I clicked on the lady's profile. She had dark hair. She was much more beautiful than Robyn.
Okay.
But maybe it was a AI photo or something. You know, she's like, I don't want people finding me anymore. So
she hasn't gotten around to her review yet.
Yeah.
She only reviews on Etsy.
I guess for Carol.
Small shops.
Mostly for Carol. Yeah. So we get in the conversation about the affection and Christine's like, Robyn used to basically want to like fuck in front of all of us. Seriously. Like it was so disgusting. Like I wasn't here for that. And then Kody's like, yeah, back in the day when I got with Meri, she was so clangy. She was
sitting on my lap in front of Janelle, just like rubbing it in, just grinding on me.
And then Grandma Janelle's mom would come up and be like, hey, you're making your sister uncomfortable. You know, your sister doesn't want to see you doing that.
I'm like, I can totally picture back in the day, Meri just being like, oh, look, Janelle, me and Kody are gonna make out now.
Yeah.
She was like taunting Janelle when they first got together.
Yeah. And Grandma Janelle's mom.
No wonder Janelle hates Meri.
Yeah. She wasn't standing for it. She's like, listen, my daughter, your sister, she deserves better than this. Okay. Okay. I'm coming at you as your mom, sister, but also your mother-in-law. I'm both. Okay. I'm mommy and mommy-in-law. And you better respect my daughter, your sister, your wife. Okay. A little bit more. I don't like this. What's going on? I don't like that. Not one bit. No, thank you. In this family, we kiss our sisters before we kiss anyone else.
And it's like Janelle was already kissing Meri's brother before this. And now, and now she's kissing her own brother. Janelle really liked to keep it in the family.
Well, it's easier that way. You know, just keep it in the fam.
She's like, oh, I'll go from brother to sister.
Yeah. But I think that if I look at Christine's kids, I think she shares more blood with Kody than Janelle.
Yes,
because her kids all came out.
Yeah. Well, Janelle went from Meri's brother to Kody.
Christine's kids are like the ones where you're like, did that dog come from a puppy mill? You know, something's not right. Something's not right. Yeah. Why is that dog's one leg in the middle of its stomach? You know, something doesn't seem right about that. And I think that when I look at Peyton, you know,
the BFG.
Or Gwen, you know, McKelty. You know, those are definitely like puppy mills. You know, Janelle, I think, is more like a wholesome breeder.
Yes. Yeah. No, and Janelle's family wasn't even part of their religion at first. So she's I don't think she's in the family.
Well, neither was Kody.
You're right. But he was close to the source.
Somehow him and Christine are related. Yes. Not too far back. So Back to the vanity. So Aereola's home. Okay. She comes up with this giant glittery rocking horse, which I'm assuming was her AM present for Valentine's Day. Now she's getting her PM present.
No, it was her Valentine's Day box.
In what fucking world is that? Like, what happened to a shoebox?
Yeah, I don't know how they made it.
Definitely
not.
She bought it off Etsy.
Yes, I was going to say Robyn did not put that together.
I guarantee you, if we go on Etsy, it's a thing on there.
Probably.
We'll have to find that and get the review for that.
Yeah, that was her Valentine's box. It had like the hole in the top for you to put your Valentine in.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So Aerola loves the vanity. She's so excited. And Kody's like, thank God. Because you know what? She's just like me. She's either a little bitch when she doesn't like something, or I'm the best daddy in the world.
It's like, she's my mini me. I'm like, okay.
Not a compliment anyone wants.
Not exciting for her.
No.
You're going to be just like your daddy.
Oh, you're gonna have
he's horrible.
You're going to have your dad's same head
If
shape.
he likes you, then he's nice.
Hopefully you get better than your dad's hairline.
I sure hope she got Robyn's hair. I mean,
Robyn's
as long as she doesn't do the banana curl.
Always there.
Why is she not getting her hair done?
I don't know.
You're on TV.
Maybe she's so stressed out from Kody that she got it done last night and it's already gray today.
It's like, could you at least just get a little something? Do it yourself.
Get a little spray or something, you know?
I'd like a little. I know we're not watching Real Housewives, but I'd like a little effort into the appearances.
Yes.
You know?
The sunscreen on the mole.
We don't need glam every time, but we could at least get our roots done.
Something. You know, the bare minimum.
We know you like to spend money, little shopping.
And you get dressed, I mean, in your version of glam every time you're on camera.
Slacks.
You know, a hibiscus blouse. You're
Slacks and hibiscus.
Yeah. You know, you're looking good. So, all right, let's go back out to Coyote Pass, where Meri is bragging to Janelle. She's like, you know, Kody is pretty pissed about the spiritual divorce.
He finally did something to get back at him.
He wants me. He still wants me, Janelle. I'm telling you right now, he wants me so bad. And Janelle's like, oh, I think he only is mad about that because it makes him look bad. She's like, I don't think so, Janelle. I think that
he wants me.
He's really in
upset.
love with me. And even though we couldn't be together now, he wanted to be with me there. And Cody's
like, no, really, it's just because he failed and he looks bad.
And Cody's like, oh, I couldn't go with Meri to do that because if I had, they wouldn't have given her the divorce and I would have been stuck with her.
Him thinking like they wouldn't give her the divorce if I gave my reasons of why.
Because she was catfished.
Yeah.
She was
He's like, but they won't release the man. So I just had to keep my mouth shut because I don't want to be stuck for eternity with that bitch.
To say stuck with is really, that's a tough one.
At this point, though, I was thinking Meri did it for the wrong reasons because I feel like she was hoping he'd be like, no, stay, don't do that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was like, good for you, Meri, because to be stuck with Kody in the afterlife.
Oh, no.
What a bummer.
I am proud that Meri got the spiritual divorce, but it's just.
She was looking for attention when she did it, though.
Yes. She wanted a reason to call Kody.
She wanted to be stuck with him.
She wanted a reason for Kody to have to call her.
She wanted him to have to go with her in the car.
Yeah. Oh, Kody, remember when we used to do road trips all the time?
Yeah. But then Janelle's like, oh, now that I think about it, maybe I should get one too. I don't want to be stuck with him.
She's like, what'd you do? Just like call him up? And she's like, oh, Janelle, I'll go with you. And Janelle's like, we don't need to do that.
Can you just give me their number?
We don't need to do that.
That's kind of a lot.
Yeah.
No.
We've never even shared a car ride
She's like,
together.
we did that 1,000 million women's march together and had to travel before. And that was the last time I'm traveling with you.
Yeah. So maybe just give me the number. If I have any questions,
you notice she didn't take her up.
I'll email you. Not even a text. I'm not even going to text you. I'll just email you.
They don't have each other's numbers.
No,
they just communicate via email.
Well, Janelle has Meri's because it's blocked in her phone. But she told Meri she just got her phone has horrible service.
So like we could just really communicate through middlemen.
Yeah, that's fine. For sure. Let's just do that.
Over email.
Yeah. You know.
They have like that custody app people get.
The wizard. The child custody wizard or
something like that.
Something wizard. Family wizard.
Family wizard.
Yeah, they use the family wizard. Oh my God. So Cody's like, listen, my religion is not a cult. It is very hard to get in and easy to get out. But you know what is a cult? Marriage.
Because it's easy to get into and it's hard as fuck to get out.
It is so hard to get out,
really.
especially if you're married to like Christine or Janelle.
Like, it's really not that hard.
Meri's like, it was really, really hard. I know you were thinking about it a long time. He's like, no, I could have gotten out of it very quick with you. You know?
Yeah, it's like they didn't even have any like legal paperwork to do. No. How hard is it, Kody?
No, it just got to shake them. You know? Well, now they think they're entitled to stuff they put their money in. How dare they?
Why do you think you get money back?
Why the fuck would you?
You should have been smarter with your money, Janelle. It's like, well, her money is tied up in Robyn's house.
So Meri's like, well, I think Kody was also mad because the leader called him up and said, like, we gave Meri the spiritual divorce on abandonment. You abandoned
Meri's
her.
like, I never said those words, Kody. I never said
way that
abandonment.
she is, I know exactly what she's doing. She's like, I never said abandonment.
I just said he wouldn't have sex with me. He wouldn't come over. He wouldn't answer my calls.
He left
he blocked
me.
my number.
He ignored me. But abandonment never came from my mouth. No. Like I went to a thesaurus and I put in abandonment and I found every other word. I never said abandonment.
That wasn't my reasoning.
No. My reasoning was so many other things. I never said abandonment.
He's like, did you tell him about the catfishing? I didn't think so.
Yeah, no. Shoot, that kind of slipped my mind a little bit. Yeah.
I love that now he wants to play into that though, where at the time he like completely let it go.
I think he let it go for the show.
Yeah. I know he didn't let it go in his heart because he never talked to her again. But he let it on the show. He was like, she was a victim.
Let me say something. He didn't give a fuck when he found out she was having an affair.
He was glad.
He was happy.
Yeah.
So
he's like, last time at Mary's house, then I'm going to punish you by not going over there.
Yeah. And Robyn will get your extra
days. Now I have an
days.
excuse.
Yeah. Not Christine and Janelle. We're not going to split up your days with other wives.
Nope.
I'm just giving them all to Robyn.
Yep. Robyn totally did get Mary's days.
Yeah.
You're right.
I think so. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, Janelle lets us know that she still basically aligns with like the LDS beliefs.
Yeah, which is crazy.
She's
like basically everything but the polygamy piece of it. I still fully believe in.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. You do you, girl.
Yeah.
But I don't think you need a spiritual divorce. She's like, well, I would just hate if one day, I meet I don't think I'll ever get married again.
I don't know. I'm thinking she should do it.
Well, I think she
should
do it.
You don't want to risk being stuck with Kody.
I think she should do it
whether you believe in it or not.
I think she should do it for us.
She's
for the show.
Do it for herself.
But
what a miserable afterlife if that's really what happens.
It's not going to happen.
I
don't think it's going to happen. They got married in Grandma Janelle's living room.
Well, you don't know.
It wasn't in the temple.
Know. Do you want to risk spending the rest of your life with Kody?
Actually, if I'm Janelle, I want to fuck up his life. I want to be on his planet.
Hey,
kicked up in my camping chair, just relaxing, being like, thought you got rid of me. Here I am. And then all of a sudden you hear Meri, hey guys, I didn't actually get the spiritual
They must
divorce.
not have actually released me.
Oh, well, I guess we should all hang out or something, I love Meri being like, God, this conversation, like, this is so me and Janelle. Like, we know that we hate each other so much, but like we get work done.
Teamwork. We've always been about teamwork. Yes. We do what we have to do for the family.
Even though we can't stomach each other, though
Janelle didn't say I have to go pick up Savannah, but she was right on the verge. She was like, all right, well,
she's like,
I got to go get that in and out.
My rental car's got to get returned. And she's like, I thought you were here till tomorrow. She's like, well, I don't want to be late.
I want to make sure I'm rested before I do it.
Yeah. So, are you getting tired? She's like, it's 12. She's like,
they both went to get lunch after this, but they didn't offer to go with each other.
No, absolutely not. No. Meri went to Panera.
Yep.
Janelle went to,
she went to Wildflower.
No. What's the place that I like?
Who Hut.
Who Hut.
Who Hot.
Who Hot. That's where
they were across the street from each other.
Yep,
yeah.
But
Mary's at Wildflower.
They both pretended they didn't see each other.
Yep.
They both had film crews with
other.
them. They had film crews with them and they both pretended they didn't see each other.
They each took their favorite production member.
Yep. All right. Let's head over to Salt Lake City at Kimmy's Chap and Oyster House. We walk into this. Well, actually, before we walk into the restaurant,
oh my god,
we get a.
It felt
slow-mo?
I don't think it
wasn't in slow-mo, but they told Christine
thought
do
she was
slow-mo.
Walking in slow-mo. She was like she thought she looked so sexy, and the way she paired that horrible leather floral jacket with that red dress. I
loved it.
God, that's the ugliest outfit I've ever seen.
I love that when they walk in, the hostess is like, hi, reservations for this evening?
It's 2 p.m.
It's 2 p.m. and also they're the ones with the film crew. You fucking idiot.
And they're the only ones in here. When Christine's like, I love the way everyone looks.
Oh, I love that.
There's nobody in here.
There was some people at a table and they were they worked for the restaurant. Like they were the owners of the restaurant.
Right. And I'm like, they're watching because you have cameras following you. They're not watching because they think you and David look so in love.
I'm like, you didn't pass a single person.
No.
Not a single
There was
one.
not someone else in this
This
restaurant.
was definitely, I think it was 3 p.m.
It was they're like, what time is nobody there?
Yeah.
They're like, well, we don't even open till 4, so you can come at 3.
Yeah, that's fine. No worries here. Definitely, I think. Then they sit down and the waitress is like, so celebrating anything today? And they're like,
it's Valentine's Day, right?
Well, this is where my conspiracy theory comes in. It's like, when was this really shot?
You're right, it wasn't.
And then what if I'm the waitress and she's like, well, it's June right now. You know, like what?
Oh, just celebrating Valentine's Day.
Yeah. And I also thought too, it was weird because David's like, cheers to our first successful year, which I'm guessing with the timing of everything, he meant like.
He did. They said our first year married on Valentine's Day.
What?
Yeah, he said our first Valentine's Day married. So I'm guessing that's what they're talking about.
Well, no, I know that, but I'm just saying like, but again, I don't believe any of this to be true. I don't believe it's actually when they say it is. So I'm thinking like our first year of marriage, but I think what he meant was our first year together.
Okay.
But I don't want to believe that. Okay. I want to believe his first year of marriage. This was actually shot also in 2025. Mm-hmm. Which is crazy because
it said it was an oyster bar, isn't it? Or oysters what make you
aphrodisiacs. Oh God.
Christine's like, let's go get oysters.
Christine's like, I can't wait for you to get inside my clamshell. Oh God, David,
you're get to my pearl.
David Woolley Brown, I've got a pearl for you. I've got a pink pearl right here for you. You just got to spread the curtains a little bit. I got some glitter. I got a vajazzle done. I got a W with a vajazzle.
Aspen did my extensions.
Now, when I'm thinking about having a beautiful romantic Valentine's dinner with the love of my life, there's nothing I want to talk about more than her ex and the way he did things.
But David loves to talk about Kody.
I'm just like, Christine, shut the fuck up. She's like, Kody
would just have parties basically because it was too hard to like individually celebrate now.
And he would give us these flowers, and David's like, were they like the same ones, or was it like better ones, or
it's like definitely Robyn's were better.
Oh, yeah. And she's like, no, it was just weird. He's like, that is weird.
Sometimes he would give each of us a kiss in front of each other while he did it, and he's like, whoa.
Also, when Christine's like, so one day I call up Mikauti, and I'm like, Mikauti, do you feel like Tony always has your back? And she's like, yes, mother. And she's like, do you feel like
Tony always wants to fuck you? Of course, mother.
Of course, mother. Do you feel like you can count on Tony no matter what the situation? She's like, yes, mother, absolutely. Why? You should feel that way too, mother. And she's like, oh,
you didn't feel that way with Papa.
Mother, you didn't feel that way with father. Oh, mother.
David's the one, Mum.
Mum, I'm so glad you found that.
Mum, I'm so glad we're all going to go on holiday
Captain
together.
David Woolley Brown. I'm so happy for you. I'm like, Christine, you
also to be calling Tony and McKelty for the
but also
most
you
amazing
called,
marriage advice.
I think anytime you've heard about love, those are the things that you've heard about. So you need to call McKelty. You just want to try it. She's like, I never talk bad about their dad. Never do. Not to my kids.
Only on the show.
Only on the show.
And my Instagram.
And never to my kids. Not once. But she does shit like this where it's like, oh, dad never did that for you, did he, mother?
I'm like, we see you talk so much shit.
So much shit.
All the time. Like, just stop.
You and David Woolley Brown love to talk shit about
David love to be petty about Kody.
David's like, oh, man, I am glad I waited for you. It's been 11 years since I was last married.
But you were who I was supposed to find.
I got on that coffee and bagel.
I want to believe that they are good together. But also, do you think the bar was just so low for Christine that, like, David is so amazing to her and he's really not that great?
Here's the thing. I think that the bar was very low for Christine.
Mm-hmm.
I think at first David thought, oh, this is out of my league. I'm Babe Ruth and I hit it out of the park getting Christine. As time goes on, he's learning, oh,
she's annoying as fuck.
She's annoying as fuck.
Yeah.
Actually, I might be out of her league, despite the fact I don't have an ass.
Yeah.
Despite the fact my pants can't stay up. The only thing with David is because he loves Disneyland, he does come down. You know, he's very much a Disneyland adult.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I do think he treats her right and everything. I'm just saying, like, the rushing into everything.
Well, like, next week we see him hopping the fence.
He's got hops.
They're definitely, hitting the rough patch here. It's pretty crazy hopping the fence for the frisbee, So Christine's like, I'm just so glad that I got away from such a bad guy. Like, my ex was just like I'm like, do you
want to talk about your ex? Why don't we just talk about our exes at our Valentine's Day?
Yeah, seriously. Also, Christine had several drinks. She had one drink that was orange, and then she had the one that has the olives, martini. And her other orange one had like a rim job.
She was getting ready for the night.
Oh, she was going to get a rim job.
That and her aphrodisiacs.
Oh, God. She was like, God, I'm going to be so fucking
She's like, I'm going to be so wasted. You can just take me right home, baby.
And she's like, David, just so you know, like, I was never jealous before until Robyn came in. And then Robyn came in and she's this tight little thing. And now I'm jealous all of a sudden because she's sleeping with my man.
I hope that they just mostly do this for the show.
I don't think so.
Like, I hope that he doesn't have to hear about her old relationship all the time.
I think he asks.
Okay.
I think he asked
You're
about
right,
it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
He's into it.
Mm-hmm.
He did seek her out.
We have the flashback of Christine finding out that Kody and Robyn sealed their engagement with a kiss. And she was so upset, so mad about it. And then she's like, and Kody came to me and he was like, remember how we didn't kiss till we got married? And you were like, it was so fucking awkward. Like, and you said next time you get married to someone, like, you need to kiss first. You need to do this first. You need to finger her first.
But
like,
I wasn't ready for that. I was like, oh, why did you just...
Why did you tell him that then? Why did you tell him, like,
you can't really be mad
blast
about
someone, you know?
Yeah, I'm not usually on Cody's side, but you told him to do this.
And she's like, I know, but it was just like,
but I also
terrible.
think they fucked before they got married.
Who?
Cody and Robyn.
Oh yeah, I thought you meant Kody and Christine.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
She agreed to a kiss, but they were doing more than that.
Yeah, she kissed his pecker.
Yeah,
that's
did.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So,
now
David gives a very beautiful toast. You know, he really is a wordsmith, and he's like, you know, I'd like to toast to our first year of success, to love and marriage, and how hot you are. I love how hot
let's
you are.
get you home. Let's get that shapewear off.
Let's get that other shoulder out. Yeah, let's get that other arm popping out of there. Get that shaper off of you. And
I do love this for her though, because Kody never thought she was hot.
No, I do love that.
I appreciate that he threw in how hot she was.
I do love that. It's just weird coming from David. And you're just like, oh man.
They're too frisky.
Can I also say something? We didn't see it in this episode, but we did see David put his glasses on. They're totally flashlight menu readers.
Yes.
Everywhere they go.
Yes.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like it could be bright as fuck in there. And they're still
him for
up
sure.
There. Yeah. They're just
He's
always
like, oh, I can't see.
They're like, oh God. Okay.
It's dark in here.
They're like, ma'am, you're sitting out on the patio. I don't know like what you mean. They're like, I can't read this. They're doing the like
they're holding it way back.
Oh God.
Trying to see it with their readers.
Oh shit. Okay. So anyways.
You got any readers in your purse?
He's like, can we get the aphrodisiacs, please? That's what we really want. She's like, yeah, no
we just came here to get horny.
Yeah, real horny. Like,
cheers to my hot wife. You guys don't even need those.
No.
You're always about each other.
Yeah. Christine's always got lube in her pocket. All right, let's go to Kody and Robyn's Valentine's date at Titro, which is an Italian bistro. Mm-hmm. But I went
new restaurant, thank God. Yeah.
I went on their website. Okay. And because I was trying to figure out, I'm like, did they set this special table up for them? Because they were like shooting in through the window. Yeah,
they were
like
right at the front.
And I do think that like normally this is where people could sit and wait.
Really?
But I think it was hard to tell for sure, but weird. They didn't have an actual shot of this area, probably because it's where, that is, but they wanted to be on display. Okay. Obviously they want people to walk by and see them. They serve caviar here. Giant thing of caviar. And we didn't see it on here, but they definitely got that.
For sure.
And they don't even like caviar.
They love to waste
They just love to waste the money. Mm-hmm. Cody's like, to the waiter, who's like probably some high school acne face kid. And he's like, yeah, give the coaster caviar.
You know who I am? It's on the house, right?
On the house, yeah.
Do you think he asked for discounts places?
Absolutely. Well, I don't know. I mean, the consensus came back from the family reunion that he was
at
a good
Salsa Brava and Fat Olives, owned by the same owner. Yeah. But then from Josephine's, we heard that he is not a good tipper and he's an asshole. Yeah. Yeah. So I think he's good to places
that let him film more.
Yes. Like he had an inn and we know he goes to Fat Olives all the time.
Yeah. They said like once a week
he's there. And he gets takeout a lot.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. So he's keeping a good record there.
Just loves to throw money away.
It was also our first time with the Mercedes convertible.
Yes. Which is another thing that I'm like, I can't remember when we first found out he was in the Mercedes. Yeah. But I don't feel like it was it February 2024?
He's had it quite a while, I feel like. I don't know.
I was trying to remember, when did they list their house?
When was that?
When was the open houses? When were people like going and touring it?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Can't remember.
Quite recall when that was.
No, I don't remember when people were doing that. But
it's like, oh, okay. Now we're just gonna show the car. I'm surprised you didn't try to keep it hidden.
Well, what does it matter now?
You're right. Everyone's gone.
But again, have we ever gotten an update on the child custody or no? What's it called?
Christine's case.
What is it called when you owe money for your kid?
Child support.
Child support. Yeah. Did we ever get an update on that?
I
would rather watch that than the Karen Reed trial at this point.
I feel like it got pushed back or something.
Everything's always pushed back in court.
Know.
It's like, come on, give us something. So Robyn shows up. She's wearing a super hot trench coat, which had it been buttoned up, I'm like, she's naked under that. All that she's got under that is a hot slack.
Later, she's going to wear it like that.
Oh, for sure.
You think?
Yeah. Now, Kody's got a beautiful gift for Robyn. Hands it over. And Kody's one of those people where I feel like he's like, I'm so bad at giving gifts that I'm just going to give you a ton.
I'm just going to spend money.
Yes.
And then you have to say you like it.
So she opens up the first, which is this David Yurman earrings, which that was a huge earrings box.
Their boxes were ginormous.
I felt like it was a 10 by 10.
They were big boxes. I was like, okay.
Wow. That was a lot.
Ugly turquoise.
With some like shit around it.
Gold diamonds around the outside. Golden
what
diamonds.
was the price on those?
Those were $22.50.
Okay.
And
then she
the
opens another
bracelet.
one, which is the bracelet. And how much was that?
That was $18.50, I believe.
So we're like $4,000 here.
Yeah.
$4,000.
18. Yeah. $4,100 he spent on Robyn's V-Day present. Do you think anyone else ever got anything more than just flowers?
$4,000.
And she was like, oh, thank you. Like it was not even a big deal.
No, she's like,
I would have been like,
beautiful.
oh my God, why did you spend this much money on this?
Oh, you would.
Plus it's ugly.
You would kill me.
Yes.
If I ever showed up with a $4,000 gift for you.
For Valentine's
you
Day?
Would beat the shit out of me.
Yeah.
You know, like, no. Anything.
Isn't just going out to dinner enough?
Yeah.
Like maybe some flowers, maybe something.
Maybe like get a wax.
Yeah.
You know, like your gift is that I got waxed for you. You know, it's like,
nice.
Okay, yeah, like cool.
Yeah, not this. And I feel like he just goes to the store and is just like, yeah, give me that. He doesn't know what she likes.
No, turquoise.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Your favorite turquoise.
And also, he never goes to David Yurman alone. So she was there when he picked it out.
Probably.
You know,
she has everything from that store.
It's so ugly.
It really is.
It really is just.
He noticed he was wearing his horsey ring and his matching horsey necklace.
Oh my God.
They are full of so much money just on their jewels.
They are going to get robbed.
I know.
They better be careful. They're going to get accosted.
It's like Real Housewives. They're going to be like Dorit.
Yep. Mm-hmm. They're going to be in a TJ Maxx.
Richards,
the next thing you know, they're getting robbed. Yeah. Someone's going to come in and steal all of her Birkins.
Someone's going to hold her up at Kohl's.
Now, I know that Robyn doesn't have any Birkins. No. But I guarantee you, she's got a lot of Dooney and Burks.
Probably. I know. Does she spend money on her? I never pay attention to her purses.
She probably never brings it because it's too nice.
Yeah, probably.
She's like, I don't want to show that on camera. Yeah. It's not a Birkin, but it's a Dooney and Burke. Is Dooney and Burke the one that had the duck on the logo?
Did it?
I think it did.
I don't know.
Back in the day.
Yeah. I don't know.
Not the DB. Not that.
No.
Maybe that's not the one she gets. Though.
Yeah.
She gets the like old school Dooney and Burke.
Yeah.
My mom used to get that. So Robyn's like, hey, you know, it's real tricky for.
And she was like, your present's big.
What was it?
What was it?
Her ass.
I don't know.
Like
she didn't want to bring it. She didn't want to show it.
No, she didn't. I'm like, let's get
what is it? Please, I would love to know.
Why did production keep that
sex
from
toy?
Us?
It's big. It's the sex couch.
It's a sex couch. Yeah, David and Christine used one.
Yeah, they've got one.
We got one too.
I don't know. I was interested.
Do you think she got him like an extra large junk journal? She's like, I commissioned Carol to do this.
I imagine everything she gets him, he does not really care for.
Probably.
He's like another Etsy purchase.
You know what I think she got him? You know how in their basement they have that like horse sculpture?
Yes.
She got him that, but of himself. She got him a sculpture like that.
Of himself.
Yeah, but he's
a big art piece of.
She put like on like a Hercules body on him.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
He's like a Roman god or something. Yes,
yeah.
Probably.
That's what I think she did.
Probably.
So, Robyn's of course making excuses for why it's so hard to give presents as a polygamous husband. You know, you got the one bitch wife.
I'm so glad now you only have me and you can spend it all at David Yurman.
And she's like, he's just having fun. He's just having so much fun getting to just buy for me and spend all the money on me. It's pretty cool.
Janelle would have a heart attack.
Janelle would.
If she knew the price of those.
First of all, Janelle would have looked at the menu at Tetro beforehand and she would have saw caviar and was like, we are not going there. Hoo-ha is just down the street, you know?
She's like, some burrow sounds good.
Alpine Pizza is right next door. There's even a Thai food place we could go to. But like this place, they got caviar? Hell no. Because I know Italian Mr. Showboat's going to make us eat caviar.
Beatrice could hook us up with a deal at the Olive Garden.
Seriously. Honestly, Gwen, we could head on over to Culver's. We don't need to be here. This is a lot right now. We don't need to be doing this. Okay? Like, she would never.
No.
Christine
She would be a David Yurman the next day returning those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Christine would go. Because Christine's like wants the romance.
Oh yeah, she likes the fans. She would.
Mary
be
was not
this.
invited, but she shows up.
Yes.
They're like, Brown party of 3, and they're like party of 2, and Mary's like, hey,
I called
guys,
and added my name to the reservation.
Hey, I think you guys forgot about me, so I'm gonna have dinner with you guys. Pretty cool. Now Kody's like telling Robyn, he's like, yeah.
I just can't imagine being one of the other 3 wives though watching this, being like, he never got me shit. Like the only jewelry he got them was that ugly My Sister Wife's Closet jewelry.
How dare you?
Those were horrible.
How dare you say those were ugly? Christine's fairy.
And now she gets this. Like, they never got anything good.
They got the short end of the dick.
They really got the short end of the dick.
They really
didn't even fuck them.
No, they really got screwed. Kody's like, yeah, so I took a trip up to see Christine's girls. Turns out other of my kids are there too.
Christine's girls?
Yeah.
They're also your girls.
Nope. Christine's girls.
Christine's girls.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's always Kody and Robyn have our kids.
Yep.
And then Christine's girls, Janelle's kids, Meri. I don't even know who Meri is.
He's like, no, I don't see Meri or her kids. No,
not
done.
interested
Done
in
with
that. Nope. So when he was there, Aspen said to Kody, she's like, Dad, like, why do you what's the deal? Like, why do you not like me? And Robyn's like, so she was confronting you?
When he said we had a great conversation, it sounds more like a confrontation. I'm like, oh my God, that's why we can't talk with Robyn.
Why would she confront you like that, Kody? Put you on the spot like that. Oh, I
explained to Aspen, like, I don't hate you. It's just that I didn't feel welcome to reach out. I'm like, reach out to your own
I never did
kids?
anything to make you not feel welcome. He's like, yeah, but your moms did. And so I decided I couldn't talk to you guys.
Can you imagine being like, I'm not going to speak to my kids because I divorced their mom?
Yeah, no.
Sorry, I'm no longer talking to you. They're adults.
I feel like, okay, it doesn't matter what the moms have done. Like, you should.
And they're not 3 years old. You don't need to go through Christine to talk to them.
Yeah.
They have their own phones. They have their own lives. He's such a little bitch.
He really is. And I feel like Robyn's like, well, that's why you don't go. They're going to confront you. It's confrontation. I don't like that one.
Did anyone give you an apology?
Where was your apology?
Where's my apology?
Yeah.
And
I'm
like,
Cody,
else do we think was there?
But also you told your children that you never loved their moms. Mm-hmm. So you said bad stuff. Like you have set this tension.
He's delusional. And now, like when we get to the end of this episode, he's gonna try to like rewind history.
Oh, he's got PR.
Yeah,
he got does. The PR, which again, I wish he had hired us, but whatever, as long as someone's doing their job. Okay,
like,
he
so
says
things are great now. Like I had such a great time with my
good
with Christine's kids.
Yeah, True.
And Janelle's
we had
kids
True's 9th birthday, and she's like, "I'm 14, Dad."
I'm guessing Logan and Hunter were there.
I think so.
That's who I was guessing. The boys,
because Logan's name is not allowed to be said on the show.
Yeah,
there's a kibosh on that. We're not going to say his name.
I love his boundaries.
I do love that. I don't.
I mean, I wish we could see him. We all love Daddy Logan and Michelle, but I like that they're like, nope, you can't use us for your show.
And Kody has the fucking nerve to be like, I wish I saw those twins more. They're always changing. I'm like, and you haven't seen Maddie's kids in 10 years. You know, like when did you last see Maddie's kids? He doesn't
even know her youngest kid. He's never even met.
No. And
and now she has another one.
Oh, at this point,
yes.
She has 4 kids?
Yeah, she has 4 now. But
God,
what's the little one, horny. JoJo or something? He never even met her.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The last kid he saw was EVK when she was like born.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a piece of shit. But I want to see those twins.
And also,
more.
He wants to see the twins, but he doesn't care about Avalon now. She's getting too old.
Here's what's going to happen.
He only likes the babies.
He's going to go to North Carolina to see McKelty's kids, not Maddie's.
People spotted him in North Carolina. Remember?
Oh, I forgot about that.
People
probably visiting McKelty.
People saw him at a Home Depot, and they were like, he was in a small town. It was sort of weird. So they were like, I don't know who he was visiting.
There would be nothing worse than being like, I'm going to go spend a weekend with McKelty.
Right.
You know?
I know.
I'd rather spend a weekend with Peyton.
You're right. He went there to visit McKelty and he didn't see Maddie and her kids.
No.
And maybe Maddie said no.
Well, I don't think he even asked. He didn't give a shit. He doesn't even know Maddie lives in North Carolina. He thinks she lives in Wyoming. You know, he's like, I don't know where that bitch is.
I don't know where they live.
No idea. No idea about that. So,
oh, so sad.
So Robyn's like, so are you okay with like this Valentine's Day just being you and me? Like, you know, I am really sad. I'm really sad.
I think we should get another wife.
While she has a huge smile on her face.
She's
Like,
so excited.
I'm so sad about this.
This was their plan all along.
I think so.
They're like, just make them like, don't give them any attention, make them miserable, and eventually they'll leave us.
Push
we'll
them
look
out.
like the victims.
Push them out. That's what we'll do. But we're never going to.
And then
be
we
the
won't
ones.
have to pay for their kids because they'll hate them too. Like they will make their kids hate us.
She's like, you know, I'm just so heartbroken. I'm like, well, why are you smiling so big? Why are you glowing?
She loves it.
She
does. She has life back in her.
But she's scared of polygamy now. The only way I could do it is if there was like a guarantee that it would work. I'm like, there's no guarantee in anything in life, bitch. Okay, you're never gonna get that. That's never gonna happen for you. So But
I really think to hold on to this show.
Yeah.
We should do it.
We should
try it. We should date.
Again, if production would invite us over, we would do it for free. We would work on the storylines because it only behooves us.
We know where the house is. We'll be there.
we can stop right over. We've been there a couple times before. You know, like, come on, let's have a conversation.
If you want the show to last, people want to see mess. Okay,
yes.
Give
Let
us
me be
Kody
on set.
dating some young hot little diesel jeans model.
Oh hell yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And
how about
Robyn
you
cry.
know what? Here's what we do. I think we take Kody Father's Day massage. Okay. He goes, we've got this hot little thing massaging him at Massage Envy. And she's like, oh, here's my number, you know, and he takes that number and then he's like, oh, Robyn, you're not going to believe it. God came to me during that massage, especially when she got to the happy ending.
It was just like when I met you and I knew
the second that I came that this is what I was supposed to be doing.
Well, you didn't say it was at a happy ending massage.
It was implied.
Okay.
It was implied.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, you can get a happy ending anywhere. It's fine, you know. So then he's like, you know, I was just having such bad thoughts about me and Robyn. Like I was thinking like, oh, I should probably just leave her ass and because everyone like I'm not a good enough man for her.
That would have been fun too.
That
could have been another good option for storyline.
Yes. And see Robyn having to get a job.
What would she do?
If we had, she'd probably open my sister wife's closet again.
She's at like the Kohl's checkout.
I would.
Do you have any Kohl's cash?
I would die.
I would love to see her have to work.
If she worked at Kohl's though, she would blow through her paycheck.
You're right. She would never get a dime of it.
Oh, I love this blouse.
I'm gonna get one of these on hold for me. She's like, hold on, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go put it away.
She's the Target lady, but with a lot less energy.
Yes,
a lot less energy. You know. So Kody comes in. And he's like, you know I said that stuff before. Like, I never even loved my wives. And I was just hurt. I was being arrogant. I was being cocky. And I see now, like, I was just hurt.
I loved them. I did.
I love them.
None of that was
I don't think he said I loved them. He said I love them.
This was so...
Like a 180.
Yeah.
Like in what world
like,
are you?
So you're just like a giant baby. Like you're like, oh, I'm just gonna like throw a fit and like say hate you.
You know, I was bullshitting myself. I was acting like I was never affected by this.
Like you said it so many times.
I was hurting.
And you said it serious.
I was hurting. I definitely think someone at production got in his ear and was like, dude,
you look really bad.
You look really, really bad. Yeah. And he's like, okay, why is that? And they're like, well, you said you hate your wife. She's like, true. And you said that you hate your children. True. You said that anyone not at the table during Awoa's dinner is dead to you. True. What's wrong with that? You know? And they're like, well,
I know. Do you think he had a whole PR team or you think it's just a producer?
I think it's just a producer. I don't think he would think to hire a PR team.
True.
I think production was like, listen.
But it's like nobody believes this bullshit, Kody. Like now you're coming on saying none of that was true.
Here's the thing that I love though. Kody, it doesn't matter what Kody does. It doesn't matter what Robyn does. We will always believe that there is some ulterior motive to it. We're always going to be under the impression. Like Robyn could be like, hey, like we actually in our free time, we built an orphanage in Africa to help children.
Like, you wanted the praise?
Yeah.
To make your image look better?
Let me guess. There's a Kohl's in Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what you were doing. You went there to get some special items. You know, they're David Yurman, Africa. Okay. Yep. Like it doesn't matter what they do. We're always going to shit on it. So I fully believe that Kody's a piece of shit and he's only doing this to save his reputation.
Of course. He's not serious about it.
No.
He doesn't really want a good relationship with his kids.
No.
And
Well, what
he's
he
like,
wants is he
I wanna
wants
be
his kids to
friends.
say that he's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got my identity from my wife being like, "You're awesome, Coachster,"
and telling my kids that I'm awesome, and then telling my kids to tell me that I'm awesome.
Everyone was just like, "Kody, you're awesome, awesome,
I was
awesome."
like, oh, so you're that small of a man? You need like your kids to say that you're awesome for you to
Well,
feel
I think
good
the
about
problem
yourself?
is once your kids were smart enough and old enough to realize you're not awesome, you hated them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why you want to hang out with those twins.
Yeah,
you're like, they're
he
cool.
likes them under the age of 2.
Yeah, they're so cool. Those twins. Yeah, and Robyn just is always brainwashing her.
That
kids.
was such a weird thing for him to say.
Yeah,
I like got my identity off them telling me I was awesome.
Okay, you didn't get it from your little white sports car.
You didn't get it from the fame from your show.
You didn't get it from selling Fiesta Cantina signs. You know, you didn't get it from the billboards you never sold.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what about that? What about that, Kody? So, but he's like, you know, if in the end we could all just be friendly, I would be happy. I just want friendliness. In what world did you ever want it friendly?
He doesn't.
You've never tried to be friendly.
No, you just saw Christine and David at Gwen's engagement party and you like didn't even want to be friendly with them.
No. You didn't say a fucking word.
Nope. And then you still continue to talk shit about them. You're not being friendly over the land.
Mm-hmm. We saw you at Gwen's wedding and you weren't.
We're not being friendly.
No.
No.
I mean, so I heard.
Yep. So we
heard about some people. So anyways, wow. Guys, we're coming back down to earth.
Here we are. We're landing.
We're landing.
Hard landing.
A hard landing back to earth. Because wow, did we go up there? We were.
You better be kissing that ground after your 10-minute ride.
Wow, I can't. I'm a changed person.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never be the same. No.
And next week looks crazy. I mean, David throwing the frisbee.
I honestly, like, I don't even think, like, I'm gonna have to take heart medication next week. Like, to see David just tossing that frisbee and it going over the fence.
And that's almost what we have 4 episodes, right? And then 5 tell-alls?
I think so.
Or is it 5 episodes and 4 tell-alls?
No idea.
Okay.
Honestly, it doesn't matter.
Anyways, we're coming up towards the end and like this is what we're getting.
And
is
not
David
just
frisbee?
Here's the thing. If it was in the episode, whatever. But to put the dramatic music with it and act like this is what you're coming to tune into next week.
Yeah.
Next week on Sister Wives.
We have nothing.
The most dramatic season finale yet. Will Christine and David make it?
We better get just Jen. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, please. Where's our girl?
We need more pettiness.
We need Jen and her brother, husband to show up for us. Guys, if you enjoyed this episode, go and leave us a 5-star review. Nothing else. We do not want to do any sort of inner work on ourselves. Just compliment us. Tell us you love us. Tell us we're great. Share the podcast with friends. You know, follow us.
Only your fun friends, though.
Yeah, not like losers.
Yeah,
fucking losers.
Not anyone who's gonna be offended.
No, because we don't need them here. Follow us on Instagram at Shy Talk Pod. You can follow us on TikTok, but I don't remember what the username is. Probably Shy Talk Pod again.
There's no Shit Talk Podcast.
Oh God, are you sure?
Yeah, it's always different.
It's always something.
Nothing.
It's
matches.
honestly probably called like Sister Wives or something. Who
and head over to our Patreon if you want more. 5 days a week. We are starting.
Oh, it is. It's called Shy Talk Podcast.
Okay.
There.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
We're starting Polyfam this week, the new TLC show. That'll be on Patreon. We already watched it, and I'm excited about it.
I'm wet. This is gonna be good.
I think, I like having a new polyamorous family in town.
I always just like, I feel most comfortable with poly.
You know, I like families that are falling apart.
Me too. It's always nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I love underlying tension.
Usually when you get to TLC, that's about like, oh, we're falling apart.
Yeah. So if you want to hear that recap, we also have a bunch of we're back in Sister Wives. We've gone all the way through season 12 now.
16 and pregnant.
Yes.
I'm pregnant. So many other shows.
Sister Wives.
90 Day Fiance. We've
done a million things over there.
There's over 1,000 posts on there. Go enjoy it.
We also have a lot more fun over there.
Yeah, way more fun than we do here because we're too scared to do here. Follow us on YouTube.
And that was patreon.com/sisterwivestalk.
Yes, thank you.
Don't know why it's that.
I made it a long time ago. Now I'm too scared to change it.
Okay.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Get off of me. I'm trying my best over here. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll be back next week and
get ready.
Wear your panties. Wear your diapers. Wear
Get your shapewear on.
Get your shapewear on and a fucking Depends because you're gonna need it. We are going even further out of space this time. We're going all the way over the fence with that frisbee.
I hope we don't have more PR Kody. It's I don't want that from him.
No, I want you being destructive.
Yeah.
That's how I like it. All right, guys. Have a beautiful week. Splish splash. We're all trash.
Goodbye.